trouble, 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 trouble.
What's going on, everybody? This is Bill Mack here with another edition of Pro Wrestling Unleashed. Thanks, everyone, for joining me today. I'm giving you another video. This is GFW IMPACT. This is for August 3rd, 2017. And what a show we have. We have a brand new champion to discuss tonight, and we've got a show that's pretty good, I think. So I hope you thank you for joining me for this video. And like I said, if you do, just click a like on this video. Check out my channel. Follow me, add me, whatever you want to do. It'd be great to do. So thanks for joining me. I give you wrestling videos and stuff like that. So GFW IMPACT. This is from this past Thursday. The show opens and begins with LAX confirming that there will be a new member on tonight's episode. As you remember, LAX is to take on Alberto El Patron and his family in a 6-man tag match. So this remains to be seen on just who that new member will be. We have a Super X Cup semifinal matchup between Desmond Xavier and Drago. This was a really good matchup. A lot of high flying spots, a lot of near falls in this matchup. But we see Xavier end up hitting Drago with the corkscrew shooting star, which is a really awesome move. I thought it was. So good matchup, good X Division matchup to start off the show. In the back, we have Mackenzie Mitchell. She's interviewing EC3. EC3 talks about his matchup tonight. He has a grand championship matchup against Moose, who's had the title since January, and he just feels like he's got the upper hand. All feels like he has to deal with is Bruce Pritchard, who's one of the 3 judges that judges the grand championship matches. Moving right along, we see she talks to Alberto El Patron, and she talks to his family. And Alberto's kind of unsettled because he don't know who to trust. He wonders if it might be his own brother that may turn against him. And Mackenzie's talking about his family. We see Karen and Jarrett go out there, Bruce go out there while they're scuffling between each other. She tries to break them up. Finally, Bruce tells Karen that he needs to talk to her in private. So Alberto's kind of worried because he doesn't know what's going on and who that member may be. We saw Mumbai Trevor Lee basically his antics again, still carrying on the X Division title. He is taking on one of the Mumbai Cats, as we saw, that made their debut when they were in Mumbai just last month. So we see Trevor Lee get the upper hand of the Mumbai Cat, throws him on the outside. While Trevor's not looking, however, the Mumbai Cats do a switcheroo. So the fresh Mumbai Cat lays on the ground, comes in, ends up hitting Eddie Edwards with a tornado. Trevor Lee with a tornado DDT, and he hits that flying splash off the top. Looked familiar. Wasn't quite sure we'd seen that before, but when he goes to take off the mask, lo and behold, it's Sanjay Dutt. Remember, Sanjay Dutt has been banned from the building by Bruce Pritchard. Not quite sure of that because Trevor Lee has Sanjay's title. Sanjay was just trying to get it back. So Bruce is kind of seeming very suspicious with some of the decisions, as we'll get more into that later on. Sanjay says, "Wait a minute, Bruce, I leave. I just want you to know that I challenged Trevor Lee to a ladder match at Destination X, and we'll have the X Division title hanging up the top. Whoever gets it will be the X Division champion." So he makes that challenge to Trevor Lee, and then he leaves the ring. Eli Drake was supposed to take on Eddie Edwards, but as we saw, waiting for Eddie Edwards to come back, there was some commotion in the back. Congo Kong was upset, and why Congo Kong was upset was one of the earlier segments where Grotto was supposed to pop the question to Lauren Van Ness, which it has a very kind of creepy relationship with Congo Kong. But Congo is very upset and enraged over this. So we see Eddie Edwards laying on the ground, holding his ribs. We see Congo Kong in the back going crazy. Lauren Van Ness is trying to calm him down. So from the looks of it, this match isn't going to happen. So they go to commercial and they come back. The emergency wrestler dude, Richard Justice, I think was his name, he ends up getting beat up by Congo Kong. So Congo's really not happy at all with what's going on when transpiring with Grotto. So we had the Grand Championship match. EC3 takes on Moose. Now, to me, in my opinion, I felt like EC3 had won the first 2 rounds convincingly, and Moose won the last one. That's my opinion. But how they, because EC3 had more moves. I mean, Moose really only did a few moves throughout the first 2 rounds. He actually did more the 3rd round, but it was kind of backwards because they gave the they split the first 2. They gave Eddie the first round, which or EC3, which I felt like was the real decision. But the second round, Moose only had a few offensive moves, but they gave Moose that round. And in the final round, Dutch Mantell had it split 10-10. You had Scott D'Amore split it 10-10. So basically it was a tie. Then we come to Bruce. Bruce scores it a 10-8 for EC3. Lo and behold, EC3 is the new grand champion, which seems like a lot of controversy because Bruce then gets up with Tyrus and he leaves without discussing anything, as Dutch Mantell says in an interview with him in the back that he didn't even talk to him since this happened. He didn't know what match that he was watching for him to score that 3rd round, a 10-8. And I don't think so. I know that Moose won the 3rd round legitimately, at least in my opinion. So, or at least they scored it 50-50, which I thought EC3 really won the matchup. So we see Braxton, Sutter, Suicide, and Grotto. Now Grotto had proposed to her, and remember, and Congo Kong got upset. So then we see those 3 take on Mario Baccara, and Falaba, and KM, and basically Falaba gets the roll-up win on when Grotto gets roll-up win on KM, which is a weird match. And it was funny. I was listening to Josh Matthews make some funny commentary about Grotto, because remember, Grotto's going to get deported if he doesn't get married. But this match ended up when Grotto got the roll-up win on the KM, and then after the match, as like I said, he called out to Lauren Van Ness, and she never really said anything. But we noticed that when Congo Kong came out, Grotto tried to face him, and then he makes his way out the ring as Laura Van Ness calms him down. She walks with Congo Kong out, but she keeps staring back and waving at Grotto. So there's still maybe some hope for Grotto not getting deported. So then we see, basically, we come to Mackenzie Mitchell, and she's interviewing LAX and talking about the night's matchup and talking about him getting, Conan talks about getting his revenge, about lying to Conan and LAX and betraying them and things of that nature. And he says that revenge is a dish best served cold. So, good quote from him. So then we see EC3 coming out parading around the ring with his grand championship, and he wants to make out with it. I mean, that's weird, a weird segment. He comes out, kisses the belt, tells it, is it ready to leave, doesn't want to go. Weird segment there. Finally, we get down to the main event. We see LAX, and they end up defeating the Patron family. As we knew with El Patron, there was going to be a lot going on, a lot of interference in this matchup, a lot of numbers on LAX's side. And lo and behold, the match ending comes to when, lo and behold, it's Low Key coming out with LAX on the back of his signature Hitman jacket. And he comes out and does the Warrior's Way on El Patron, allowing LAX to get the pin. And we see Low Key, yes, Low Key, joining LAX's newest member as he holds both titles up as LAX poses in the middle of the ring after the show. So, wow, LAX introduces Low Key as the newest member. We see Grotto still not hitched yet. And we also see a new grand champion in EC3. So, like I said, folks, this was a packed show. I hope you enjoyed the views. Like I said, if you do, I try to make as many videos as I can. So, until next time, with Pro Wrestling Unleashed, this is Bill Mack saying, take it easy.